Designed to serve as the personal flagship of Emperor Palpatine, and easily one of the largest and most powerful warships in galactic history, the Eclipse-class Star Dreadnought was regarded as a new generation of superstar destroyer, and as the pinnacle of destructive power among the vast armadas of the Imperial Navy. 17,500 meters in length, the gargantuan bulk of the Eclipse-class was greater in mass and volume than even a Vengeance or Executor-class vessel. The ship resembled a colossal eldritch black wedge in space, with an enormous ventral fin fixed to its prow section, and from the vessel's stern to the point of its bow, 10 Imperial-class Star Destroyers could be arranged end to end, and still fall short of the Eclipse's length. Beneath the thick layers of its durasteel and quidanium alloyed hull, the vessel held a crew of over 700,000, with space left for 150,000 ground troops, 600,000 metric tons of cargo, 5 prefabricated garrison bases, and 10 full brigades of AT-AT walkers. Though the Eclipse's complement of conventional weapons is inferior to that of the Executor class, the vessel still carries more firepower than can normally be brought to bear by an entire fleet of warships, and its powerful shields and armour are able to effortlessly repel almost any attack. Within its vast launch bays, the Eclipse plays host to 600 TIE interceptors, as well as over 90 TIE bombers, providing a massive force of strike craft which can effectively engage hostile warships, fighter wings, or even ground targets. Should the Eclipse's weapons and strike craft somehow prove insufficient, the vessel can eliminate hostile warships through another means entirely. The vessel is so large and thickly armoured that any collision with a conventional starship or station would prove essentially harmless to the massive ship, and as such, ramming attacks are not only possible but encouraged, and few sights were more demoralising to the enemy than that of their largest cruisers breaking apart as they are dashed into flaming pieces against the Eclipse's impenetrable bow. Though the Eclipse is beyond impressive as a conventional warship, its turbo lasers and ion cannons serve mostly to protect the vessel, as it brings its terrifying primary weapon to bear. Built into the entire space frame of the ship, the Eclipse carries a more portable version of the Death Star's super laser, capable of delivering blasts up to 2/3 the strength of the Death Star. Unlike its larger counterpart, the weapon is not capable of destroying an entire planet in a single blast, but no starship or station in existence could survive a direct hit from the Eclipse's super laser, and should it be turned against a planetary body, the weapon is still more than capable of tearing through surface defense shields and laying waste to entire continents. Though the vessel clearly outclasses the grand majority of spacefaring warships, the Eclipse is intended more as a strategic weapon rather than a tactical one. Where the Executor class is built to be the pinnacle of capital ship combat, the Eclipse is considered to be a valuable weapons platform, most often kept out of range of the enemy while it prepares its super weapon. Another powerful support asset offered by the Eclipse are its gravity well generators. Boasting 10 separate gravity well projectors, the ship is able to serve as an interdictor craft with far greater levels of redundancy than a conventional interdiction vessel, and with the Eclipse's massive defensive arsenal, the chances of an enemy force disabling all 10 projectors and escaping the battlefield are essentially zero. Across its entire service, only 2 starships of the Eclipse class were ever constructed, but those vessels alone were more than sufficient to burn the memory of the Eclipse into the collective mind of galactic society. Even after almost 150 years, no ship had ever been constructed that came close to challenging the size and power of the Eclipse class, and for longer still, the ship would be remembered not only as one of the most significant engineering accomplishments in history, but as one of the greatest terrors ever let loose upon the civilized galaxy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the channel, why not follow the link and check out our plans for Spacedock Planetside, an upcoming series centered on sci-fi ground vehicles and aircraft.